Hello, everyone, and welcome to BeInCrypto 100 Awards. I'm Alona Afanasieva, CEO and founder of BeInCrypto. And tonight, we're gonna shine the light to the leaders, products, and initiatives that move our industry forward. We came from a moment in time when the Bitcoin white paper felt like a manifesto understood by very few people. And yet, just over a decade later, we've watched crypto leap from those early conversations into global headlines, boardrooms, parliaments, and public space. At BeInCrypto, we've been through every chapter of this evolution, discussing, explaining, and amplifying the story of this global phenomenon. And we do it in 26 different languages. And we reach audiences around the world in their own language, in their own voices, in their context, and with local truth. And I think we are ready for the very important moment. Over the past few months, our expert judges and our global community helped us evaluate the extraordinary group of nominees to determine the top 100 projects worldwide. And to everyone who participated, who voted, who nominated, who debated, thank you. This is your awards program as much as ours. And now I think we are ready to start. Let's begin.
Thanks, Elena. Me and Brian are thrilled to be here today, celebrating globally alongside our partners, Binance Square. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our nominees, our judges, and our global community for all of their participation today.
Thank you, Jessica. And it's great to be here today, and it's great to have so many excellent judges on the panel and so many great participants. Now, it's been a real roller coaster year in crypto, and the finalists we're about to hear from have not only survived this up and down volatility, they've defined the next chapter in the industry. Now, tonight is as much about hearing and honouring those achievements as it is about recognising that momentum that's carrying Web3 forward into 2026. So as we move through each of the divisions, you'll see the incredible breadth of innovation happening around the world, from emerging ecosystems to established global leaders. Now, today we celebrate the founders, the creators, the technologies, and the movements pushing Web3 forward across 17 categories and 3 divisions, including global, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. Now, ultimately, this will be revealing 100 remarkable winners, those pioneers that are shaping the future of Web3 in the 2026 and beyond. Now, before we get started with the winner announcement, there's one important part of the celebration that we'd like to highlight, and that is the impact we've seen this year across the categories. It was just amazing. And a single selection method alone, it wouldn't do that justice. So all nominees went through the judges' review first, where the judge committee vetted the long list of submissions ready for the public voting selection, and then the public voting selected the final 100 winners and their favorites as well. So as such, we have 2 special distinctions here. There's the community choice, which celebrates the nominees who received the highest amount of votes in the public voting stage of tonight's award ceremony. And there's also the judges' choice. And now that acknowledges the nominees that our expert judges identified as real standouts amongst all of the participants. Now, these recognitions simply spotlight the nominees that rose to the top through different lenses, the voice of the people and the perspective of industry experts, and don't replace the other winners. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our full judge committee for their expertise and careful review. Now, this includes Jeff Kendrick from Standard Chartered, and it includes Michael Walsh from Kraken, Paris Rosati from Aave Labs, James Butterfield from CoinShares, And we have Joseph Shalom from SharpLink and Samantha Yap from Yap Global and all the others that you can see on the screen. Now, every winner you will see today earned their place in the top 100 winners list.
Let's start off in the Asia Pacific region, and we're going to be talking about the best multi-asset trading platform. These are the platforms that enable you to trade not just crypto, but also other kinds of stocks, equities, commodities, and more. The winners that have been featured in this category are those that have provided the most seamless and practical experience for their users in 2025. And the winners of the best multi-asset trading platform are... Let's give it up for our first winners of the day. Congratulations to Libertex and Vantage for their huge contribution this year. And to continue the winners for this category, let's also applaud Triv, who were the community-backed choice, as well as Upbit, who were selected by our expert judges committee.
Thank you, Jess. So now it's time to shift our focus to one of the most vibrant, creative, and rapidly expanding regions in the global digital asset landscape. Welcome to the Latin America division. From Acapulco right the way down to Copacabana, from Mexico to Argentina, from Brazil to Colombia and beyond, Latin America has become a powerhouse of innovation, adoption, grassroots technological leadership. Okay, now this region is where blockchain technology is not just a concept, it's a lifeline, it's a toolkit, and it's a catalyst for real economic transformation in this region. Now tonight we celebrate the builders, the creators, the disruptors, and the entire Latin America community that is pushing the boundaries of what Web3 can achieve. For the first category in this division, which is Best Web3 Startup in Latin America, now this category celebrates the emerging companies that are driving innovation, solving real-world problems, and shaping the region's blockchain and crypto ecosystem. Now, these startups aren't just building products, they're building communities, expanding access and proving that Latin America is a global hub for creativity within the Web3 ecosystem. And the winners of the Best Web3 Startup in Latin America are... Congratulations to Altside, and congratulations to Capitaire.
Alright, so the next category is one that I'm personally very excited about, as I live in Brazil, so I've seen some of the massive strides in digital innovation in the region. The Web3 leaders of the year are the big thinkers who are turning LATAM's Web3 space into something that the whole globe is watching. And the winners of the Web3 Leaders of the Year. Congratulations to Marcelo Lopez, CEO at Truther. Big congratulations to Fabricio Tota, VP of Crypto Affairs at Mercado Bitcoin.
Thank you, Jess. Now this next category in the Latin America division celebrates one of the most essential pillars of the digital asset economy, which is the cryptocurrency exchanges that are powering trading, access, and growth across this vibrant region. Now, the best exchange in Latin America category recognizes platforms that have gone far beyond the basics. Now, these exchanges have set new benchmarks in security, ensuring that users can participate in the digital assets market with confidence and trust. They have pushed innovation forward, whether through cutting-edge trading, infrastructure, regulatory leadership, or pioneering new asset offerings that are tailored to the needs of the Latin America region as a whole. But just as importantly, they have delivered exceptional user experience and demonstrated real meaningful growth across this region. They've also helped onboard the new generation of Web3 participants. Now, these platforms have become gateways, educators, and engines of economic opportunity across the Latin America region. And now the winners of the best exchange in Latin America are: we have Bitso, which won the community choice. Congratulations. We also had Mercado Bitcoin, which won the judge's choice. Congratulations. Then there was MEXC, then Binance, then OKX, then Bybit, and then Foxbit, and then Blowfin.
Alright, so we've finished with the regional awards, but before we go into the global awards, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. 2025 has been a huge year of transformation for the whole crypto space. We've seen major strides in regulation and a new wave of adoption entering the space. To give us all a little bit of clarity, we've invited some of the top industry leaders to give comment. Let's hear straight from them about what defined Web3 this year and what can we expect on the horizon looking into 2026.
Rachel Conlon, CMO of Binance, and it's an honor to be here to join the first BeInCrypto 100 Awards and to celebrate the builders, the creators, and the communities pushing Web3 forward.
Hello, everyone, and thanks BeInCrypto for having me. So when we look back at 2025, it's clear that this is one of the years where crypto's made the biggest leaps forward since the industry began. I think the word of the year was stablecoin, and it was certainly stablecoin summer, but we also saw mainstream institutional adoption of crypto, DeFi starting to take over globally. All of this is leading to a really exciting period as we look ahead to the next year.
Well, it's all coming together for Cardano. You know, we did the heavy lifting. We built a protocol that can stand one of the worst possible incidents of fork, you know, and a soft fork reorg, you know, whereas our competitors would have had a hard fork, a hard stall, and a manual reset. So I think this proves to anybody building, it's like, okay, if I build on Cardano, it has the same resilience that Bitcoin has, but it has all the proof of stake benefits, meaning you have that massive scalability. So now we just got to turn on the scalability for the system, and there's DApp level scalability. That's what Hydra is about, and we already have some turning that on, like Delta DeFi and others, and that can go up to 1 million transactions a second, as we've demonstrated with Hydra Doom. So that's very future-proofed. And then the layer 1 scalability is Ouroboros Laos. And we have actually a website we just launched to showcase the real-time development. We have a follow the sun model. So we're literally implementing that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when one team goes to bed, the next team wakes up. And we should see somewhere between a 60x to 100x throughput improvement at the base ledgers.
When I think about 2025, it feels like the year that crypto stopped being a side bet and started really becoming part of the financial system's core wiring. We saw institutional adoption, we saw regulation move from headlines to reality, and we've seen global asset managers and banks not only offer crypto funds and ETFs, but also start building their own long-term strategies. That's also been helped by a much clearer stablecoin and digital asset rules. Secondly, we saw money on-chain went mainstream. You know, stablecoins and tokenized cash are no longer just trading tools. They're becoming real payment rails and treasury tools for corporates and fintech. Thirdly, I think we saw real world asset tokenization and yield really mature. We saw tokenized T-bills, we saw on-chain funds, yield-bearing crypto products. And I think we now have clearer rules for those interest-bearing products, and then that's been a large part of it. And lastly, and most importantly, we saw crypto and AI really converge and become fully, collaborative and companions. So AI agents can now hold wallets, they can pay for compute, interact with on-chain protocols. So that's been very exciting.
So I'll give 3 stats that I think help summarize the year for 2025. One is in stablecoin market cap grew more than 50% to greater than 300 billion USD of stablecoins issued, and now is averaging almost 5 trillion in 30-day transaction volume across all stablecoins. So stablecoins really are just continuing to grow and become a real settlement asset and third-party payment rail across the world. Second stat for you is real-world tokenization. So this has grown from, in April of 2020, 85 million to April of this year, 21 billion in real world tokenized assets. So that's a 245x increase over the past 5 years. This is a space that is early, but is growing rapidly. And then the last that I'll give you is we had the largest acquisition in crypto history with Coinbase purchasing Deribit. We had meaningful IPOs, including Circle, and you had extremely meaningful regulation come into force with EU's MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets Act, and the US Genius Act. And so I think all of this tells you that crypto is entering a new era. It's becoming more mainstream, and we're also seeing more mainstream interest in crypto. And so when I look ahead to what do I think is going to be a big trend for 2026, one that I think is early, but is something that we're going to see become a real use case in 2026 is the intersection of AI and blockchains. In particular, in agentic commerce and agent-to-agent interactions, you need programmable money, and stablecoins and crypto are the best asset class to enable those payment rails for agents and agentic commerce. And so I think things like X402 being released, some of the frameworks around that foundation in partnership with Cloudflare, I think are going to be increasingly important, but you will start to see agentic commerce growing and the role of crypto in that in 2026. So again, those are my sort of wrap-up stats for 2025 and one prediction for next year. Thanks again for having me be in crypto.
Scalability is a big ticket item now that governance is done and decentralization is done. The other is development experience and really improving the development experience. So we have technology called Starstream that the community is building, which has composability and a path to better data availability and these things. And the final thing is major investments in integrations and DeFi development. So get all the big actors for bridges, oracles, and stablecoins to integrate into Cardano because we're ready for it now. And then also build up the top 10, top 15 DeFi applications on Cardano and kind of walk up the MAUs, TVL, and transaction volume. We have a very unorthodox model, so we had to master that model before we could actually go all in. But 2026 is the year we go all in. Plus we have Bitcoin DeFi and we have Midnight. Midnight's launching here in just like 6 days. And then Bitcoin DeFi is going to be gradually turning on throughout next year. So a lot of Bitcoin will work its way into Cardano because we have the same accounting model. Their UTXO work UTXO. So if you're a Bitcoin developer, developing on Cardano into Bitcoin is actually the easiest way to build Bitcoin applications. You're using the same accounting model, a very similar paradigm. In fact, we're even getting Aiken, one of our languages, on Cardano to work on Bitcoin script. So you can write an Aiken smart contract and deploy it on Bitcoin. So you can use our dev tools for that stuff, which is very unique to Cardano. It's very different on Ethereum or Solana. They have a different model than Bitcoin does. So it's just a year of growth.
Looking ahead, I think 2026 will be defined by a couple of big themes. One, I think crypto will be invisible infrastructure. As we look to get to that billion users, we'll talk less about blockchains and more about user experience. And I think we'll see stablecoins and tokenized assets sitting behind everyday products, from cross-border payrolls to merchant payments to embedded investment accounts. I think secondly, we'll continue to see a new wave of trusted yield-bearing on-chain instruments. And lastly, I think we'll start seeing AI systems become decision makers, not just recommendation engines. They'll need native programmatic money. I think underpinning all of this, though, it's going to be about trust. Proof of reserves, robust compliance, strong consumer protection, and education. And then that continued to be what will help us win in 2026 and beyond. We don't want to be just the most innovative, we want to be the most trusted. I think awards like BeInCrypto really matter as they spotlight the people and the projects that are doing the hard work, all often unglamorous, invisible work behind the scenes to make our industry safer, more inclusive, and ultimately to get us to that billion users.
Now, before we present the global awards, and also we've heard some great insights from key experts in the cryptocurrency space, but now let's look at the global division of tonight's award ceremony. Now, this next category celebrates the projects that didn't just make progress in 2025, they broke new ground entirely. These are the breakthroughs that pushed Web3 forward, set new global standards, and showed the world what's possible when innovation meets that real, powerful execution. The Breakthrough of the Year award goes to the teams that truly reshaped this landscape. And now it's my privilege to announce the winners of the Breakthrough of 2025. Winning community choice is Midnight. Congratulations, Midnight. Also, the judge's choice goes to Ondo. Congratulations. And then the third winner is Chainlink.
In this category, we honour the protocols that empower the builders behind the scenes, the developers that literally keep Web3 moving. These programs provide world-class tools, resources, education, and grants that allow developers to innovate at scale. Today, we recognise the ecosystems that did the most to support and to accelerate the global developer community. And now it's my privilege to announce the best ecosystem program for developers. Congratulations to Polygon, Arbitrum, IOTEX, ICP Definity, Wormhole, Avail, TronDAO, and CoreDAO. As voted for by our global community, congratulations to Tom, and congratulations to Sui, who were our judge's choice.
Thanks, Jess. Now, this award in this next category shines a spotlight on decentralized physical infrastructure networks, projects bringing blockchain technology into real-world systems and utilities. Now, these are the teams proving that Web3 can transform how we connect, how we communicate, and how we build physical infrastructure across the planet. The best DePIN project represents the leading edge of real-world blockchain adoption. And the winners are we have Render Network, congratulations. And then we have ICP Definity, congratulations. And then we have XBio, congratulations. Now, for the community choice, the winner is Uplink, congratulations. And then for judge's choice, the winner is Fluence, congratulations.
Thanks, Brian. So let's talk about one of the biggest trends we've seen this year, which is real-world assets going on-chain. This category is all about the projects that are taking traditional finance and merging it with blockchain, but making sure that they're doing it in a way that is actually useful and practical. Whether it's through unlocking liquidity or just generally expanding access, the winners featured here today are the innovators who are making it easier for everyone to tap into real-world assets. And the winners are Chainlink, Polygon, Aave Labs, and congratulations also to VJane, who were our judge's choice, and Hedera, who were voted for by our community.
Thank you, Jess. Now, our next award recognizes visionary leadership. Those founders who see around corners, unite communities, and drive Web3 forward with those bold ideas and that relentless energy and execution. So these individuals are shaping the future of decentralized technologies. The Web3 Founder of the Year represents extraordinary impact, innovation, and influence across the entire Web3 ecosystem. And the winners are congratulations to Michael Jarlis, CEO and founder of EMCD. And also congratulations to Vivian Lin, CPO at BingX. And congratulations to Bernie Bloom, CEO and founder of Zandium Labs. And congratulations to Aishwari Gupta, Global Head of Payments and Real World Assets. And congratulations to Harriet Horsfall, CEO and co-founder of Flight3. Congratulations to Justin Sun, founder of Tron. Congratulations to Celia Xue, CSO at NextC. And congratulations to Sriran Kanan, founder of EganLayer. Now, congratulations to Owen Chen, CEO of Trust Wallet, who received the judge's choice. And congratulations to Sergey Nazarov, co-founder of Chainlink, who received community choice.
Our next award celebrates the brands that have been absolutely impossible to ignore this year. It's basically our shout out to all of the brands that have been turning heads and making waves. These are the names that are not just doing cool stuff, but they're actually changing the entire game and making the whole Web3 space more exciting for everyone. And the winners of the best brand of the year are Kraken, Trust Wallet, Aave Labs, Gate, BitGet, BingX, VeChain, LTP. We continue our congratulations for Blowfin, who were the community choice, and to OKX, who were voted for by our judges.
Thank you, Jess. I suppose one of the coveted titles or positions Web3 companies want to be is a brand that instills itself in the public consciousness on the same level as, say, the legacy incumbent brands like Nike or Mercedes and things like that. But of course, that all comes with use cases and utility and the whole era of mass adoption, which could come in 2026. But these are exciting times, so stay with us, folks, because our next award highlights the platforms that provide professional traders with secure, reliable, and innovative access to cryptocurrency derivatives. Okay? So the best crypto contract for difference broker category celebrates the brokers who combine transparency, efficiency, and cutting-edge technology to give users the tools they need to trade confidently and efficiently. Now, these platforms are driving the standards for derivative trading in crypto, which is growing rapidly, and they're helping traders manage risk, seize opportunities, and navigate the fast-moving digital assets market. And now, the winners of Best Crypto Contract for Difference Broker are congratulations to Aave Trade, and congratulations to 8Cap, and also congratulations to Pepperstone. Also, for the community choice in this award category goes to Prime XBT, and the judge's choice goes to Libertex.
Alright, this next award is all about the platforms that really keep the digital asset space running. We're talking about centralized exchanges. The winning exchanges that are featured today are those that make trading not just easy, but also reliable and trustworthy for everyone. So without further ado, the winners of the best centralized exchanges are Gate, who get a special mention for the best UX and institution-friendly centralized exchange. LBank, OKX, BitGet, BingX, CoinX, HDX, Binance, Coinbase, MEXC, KuCoin, BitMEX, FEMEX, and BidFi. We continue our congratulations for BTCC, who won our community choice, and Bybit, who were voted for by our judges.
Thank you, Jess, for that. The centralized cryptocurrency exchange category. I hear what you're saying, you maxis and your degens at the back of the auditorium. Not your keys, not your crypto, but just settle down there, because the next category recognizes decentralized exchanges, DEXs. Now, these DEXs set the standards in liquidity, innovation, and user experience, and they're decentralized. Okay, I hear you. So what we want to do for the next category is we want to recognize the leaders in decentralized trading. This category is named the Best Decentralized Exchange, and it honors platforms setting the standard in liquidity, innovation, and user experience, giving users that trustless, seamless, decentralized access to crypto markets. And now the winners of the Best Decentralized Exchange are congratulations DYDX. Congratulations Algebra Labs. Congratulations OX. And the community choice in this category, the winner goes to Hyperliquid. And for the judge's choice, the winner is 1inch.
Alright, thanks Brian. We've heard about all of our exchanges, so let's move on to the next cornerstone of crypto usage, which is of course crypto wallets. Let's talk about the crypto wallets that keep all of your assets safe and super easy to manage. We're going to start with software wallets. These are the wallets that people actually use on a daily basis to manage their assets. These are the platforms that are getting the balance right between serious security, smooth design, and genuinely useful features. So I'm pleased to announce the winners of the best software wallets: Thor Wallet, OKX Wallet, and Coca. We continue our congratulations for BitGet Wallet, who won the community choice, and Trust Wallet, who were voted for by our expert panel of judges.
Thank you, Jess, for that great collection of software wallet providers. Now, if you want to be a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more secure, a little bit more down that adage of not your keys, not your crypto, you're going to be looking for the best hardware wallet. Now, stick around. This category recognizes wallets that excel in security, reliability, and user experience, keeping users' digital assets safe while making management simple and efficient. And the winners are: congratulations to Ledger, and congratulations to Trezor.
All right, now let's zoom out a little bit and look at the best venture capital heavyweights. These are the guys that are not just writing the checks, but they're actually shaping the future of Web3. We're celebrating the firms that are backing bold founders, making those game-changing investments, and basically helping the whole blockchain and crypto ecosystem to level up. And so the winners of the best VC of the year are Animoca Brands, Gate Ventures, Inception Capital, Foresight Ventures. Our further congratulations to A16Z Crypto, who are our community choice, and to DWF Labs, who are voted for by our judges.
Thank you, Jess. Now, we just heard from a collection of the top VCs that are driving capital flows into the Web3 ecosystem. Now, this last category is the final category of tonight's award ceremony, and it honors those events that are really unique to the Web3 ecosystem. So those cryptocurrency conferences that are, and summits and meetups that define the thought leadership, the innovation, and the meaningful spirit of Web3. Now, this category is titled The Best Events of 2025, and the winners are: congratulations to Token 2049, and congratulations to HCC.
And just like that, we've made it to the end of our awards ceremony. Thank you to all of our winners, our nominees, our judges, our partners, and of course all of our global community for the support today. Tonight's 100 winners aren't just doing great work, they're shaping the future of Web3.
The BeInCrypto 100 will return next year, so stay tuned for next year's celebration. And please remember to follow us on YouTube, X, Instagram, and catch up on all of the latest breaking news, exclusives, scoops, and trending topics on the BeInCrypto homepage. Thanks very much.